Hey guys, this is Melanie Hinds, your fastest Iraqi dinar summary on the net. Guys, we had breaking news out of Iraq this morning on my live stream. All the timestamps were up, then we went right into the Zoom where Jack was able to get on. We shared some pictures from their location of where they are, and it was really good to see them in a picture. And guys, it was just that is my inner circle for my members at that level to qualify for the Zooms every Monday at 11. So that was a good time. So if you want to know more about that, you can check out the 3 pink hands below. It'll say how to join my channel to have access to that content. So this is breaking news that came in this afternoon before I did my summary. And again, I'm going to be live at 6:25 p.m. The link is already up. We're going to do margaritas and manifestations as long as we can. My husband's got a union meeting. I don't know how long it's going to be. It could be an hour. It could be an hour and a half. So I will be live at 6:25 to answer any questions as well as to go through any details that may not be clear in this summary, because this summary goes quick and fast and it's got everybody in it. But my intel is first. My breaking news out of Iraq, military sources that are unique to my channel. And this is one of the articles he sent. Chesterton's Global enters Iraq with a Baghdad office. Nobody's reported on this yet. It says Baghdad, in line with its strategic expansion across the Middle East, UK's Chesterton's Global has announced the opening of a new office in Baghdad, Iraq. This marks a significant milestone as the international property brokerage continues to strengthen its presence in the Middle East. The Baghdad office will offer a full suite of property services, including residential and commercial sales and rentals, investment advisory, valuations, and market research. Chesterton's global entry into Iraq is a timely move as the country's real estate sector continues its rapid development. Valued at $1.12 billion in 2024, Iraq's property market ranks among the largest in the Arab world and is expected to grow at an annual rate of 6%. With over 100 offices across 21 countries, the addition of Iraq strengthens Chesterton's Global's international network and significantly enhances its capacity to serve clients in one of the region's most promising markets. So does that sound like their currency never going to revalue? I'm just saying it sounds like we're closer than ever. And I was very excited to get that article. That is breaking news this afternoon. And again, I'll be live at 6:25. I do more videos than anybody else. Check my video count compared to everybody else. Now, starting with the beginning news is this morning, U.S. assault on Yemen. Fresh strikes leave plus 10 injured. No deaths, but there was injuries. Halabja, officially Iraq's 19th province. They opened this province as of today, which was a nice celebration. Iraq pushes for renewables with the UAE energy deal. There is a deal, a memorandum of understanding with the UAE energy. Foreign banks under fire. Iraq economist slams limited role. They talk about the banks. I think this is part of their campaign to say if you're not in their new digital global banking system, you will not be in the banking system. It's telling the people that they only do basically foreign currency transactions with correspondent banks in other countries. So foreign banks are under fire in Iraq. And that's because they don't want them doing that. They want, just their banks that have been certified. So it was a really good article. I went through the details this morning. Again, timestamps are up. You have to go to my live to see those details. Iraq, Qatar strengthens strategic partnership through the Development Road project. Iraq has strategic partners everywhere. Kirkuk seeks Australian partnership on the energy, education, productive diplomacy, and mutual interest. Government secures Iraq's sovereignty on land, air, and sea. That was the Prime Minister said, we're sovereign on land, air, and sea. I just love this, guys. I love to see Iraq just rise from their ashes of just terribleness. Al-Sudani chaired a meeting with the chairpersons of the boards of directors of all the Iraqi banks, which is another meeting. That's all they did. They didn't say what they discussed. I'm saying get with the program, get on this new digital system or you're out. They'll just shut them off, guys. The hose, if you have a water hose and you're going to run it through a nice filtering system and you got a bunch of old hoses, those are not going to be attached to the new filtering system. That's how I liken it to. Iran unveils a new Basir ballistic missile. Iran is flexing its muscles, which is probably why Iraq is showing that they're going different directions to get energy from anybody but Iran. So Iraq is still going to be sovereign. Then what else? Yeah, there were some attacks. You know, there are always going to be some attacks, guys. The Middle East is very messy. Now I'm going to go and see, because he sent me articles while I was on the Zoom or right before the Zoom. There were pictures that we showed on my Zoom. Iraq arrest online blackmailing ringleader in Kirkuk. That was kind of fun. They're able to get these people, guys, because of the new system. Tishran Dam secure. Ains credit locals defending the site. Hundreds fight for their breath. Oh, I prayed for the Iraqi citizens because they've had a lot of dust storms. And it is a bad one there. They said online. So everybody's covered trying to catch their breath. The other article was Kurdistan's arch parties reach power sharing deal. An Iraqi government stalling parliament to gain the election. They said, LOL, Iraqi government stalling parliamentary to gain election advantage. Guys, they're gearing up for their election in November. It's going to be a biometric voting system, and I'm excited to see it actually work. Car ownership in Iraq is up, 187 vehicles per 1,000 citizens, and you think, you know, you got it bad. You know, Iraq is just up and coming, and it's good to see. So, guys, that's all we got today from my. There was a lot. So, if you want the details, either join me at 6:25 p.m. on the live. I can go into any detailed article. Just make a note of it, and I'll pull it up. I've got them all pulled up already to go into any details, or you could just look at my live if you're not going to be on that live stream tonight. You can look at my live from this morning. All the timestamps are already up. So now we go to the summary of everybody else. How am I doing on time? Comment down below that you like these summaries, because the only one-stop shop for everybody's intel. Mark Z said, the news is still good. We are just not there yet, but there's a lot going on in Iraq right now. It's really stinking close. Some people sent me some clips, and Mark was saying that they hadn't heard a lot this morning, but that's not unusual on a Monday morning from his bond contacts. Claire quotes an article, the Iraqi banking sector between support, flexibility, and the risk of reserve depletion. A reading of the Fitch report and central bank figures, quote, the central bank figures also revealed that Iraq's foreign exchange reserves declined by more than $7 billion during the first quarter of 2025, reaching 127.198 trillion dinars in March of 2025 compared to 136.877 trillion dinars in December. Now that article would make it seem as if they have a problem with their foreign reserves, and they don't. Their foreign reserves covers every single currency that's out there on the market. That was confirmed by Jack in chat this morning, and the people who should know because they're right there. Fun Lou, response to guest boots on the ground post. Large contractors do not get paid in physical dinars or any sort of folding money. This is not 1920. These huge contractors never see a dinar except to buy a falafel for lunch. The logic is faulty. Just so you know, the contractors are being paid their millions and billions with SDRs, strategic drawing rights, probably from the global funds that are allocated in the foreign countries in their reserves in their fund accounting system, strategic drawing rights purchased through the IMF and the World Bank, Bank of International Settlements. When the new digital system is implemented, these transactions will be consummated within seconds, just like our exchanges will be. Yes, the new system is the key to everything, but they have covered their currency over and over with all their gold, with all their other strategic reserves, that they've had a 3D analysis of everything that's under the ground, and they're even doing contracts based on it. So don't tell me that they can't cover their currency, because they can. Militiaman article, quote, Rafidian Bank opening to international correspondence channels in preparation for a confident return to the global financial system. Well, they haven't done that at 1310. I think the Rafidian banking system is one of the banks, according to the CBI's articles. You have to read between the lines because they're not going to tell you when this is going to happen. I do that for you. So please join us tonight or join us on a live stream in the morning, where we're live every morning at 9. The bank spells out what they're about to do and where they're headed. The banking reform process is ready to return to the rightful position in the international financial system. I think Rafidian and Al Rashid banks are already part of that new central bank system. And I think the central bank is the one that's going to decide when the rate is going to be revealed through that new system, in my opinion. But Bruce comes out and he said the rates have been populating, but they are solid enough on the screens, on redemption center screens. If you were on my Zoom this morning, there was a warning about those centers, but you decide what you want to do. I've got a pinned comment down below if you want an alternative. I know roughly what those are going to be. Very, very good. Mountain Goat article, Taliban's party, the oil and gas law is off the agenda for the current session despite the government's promises. This is Mountain Goat. As investors, we have been watching for the oil and gas law referendum required by the new Iraqi constitution. One day we hear it's being passed. The next day we hear it's not even considered. A member of the Patriotic Union of the Kurdistan, the PUK, Burnham Sheikh Rauf, confirmed Thursday that the oil and gas law will not be passed anytime soon, as the current parliamentary term is approaching its end despite the urgent need to regulate this vital issue. But see, you have to decide, what do you think it's based on? I've heard the Prime Minister himself say it's up to the central bank. He trusts the central bank governor to release this when it's time. So I don't think it depends on anything being passed. That's just my opinion. You make your own decisions. But if you like my expert opinion, because I used to be an auditor with Pricewaterhouse, this is not financial advice, of course, because I've been a casual investor since 2012. But I do have insights that nobody else has. So please consider subscribing, tapping the bell. And I am the only one who does a summary of everybody's intel and give everybody honor. Despite how they treat me. Frank 26, let's pretend that you wake up and you find out there's a new exchange rate for the Iraqi dinar and you have the desire to go to a bank and exchange. Be careful with what relative you share this information with. I told you they're out there looking for you. I'm not just talking about our government, your best friend, the third kissing cousins you haven't seen in 3 years. Do everything possible to protect you and your family. Limit those that you tell in your family. That's Frank 26's opinion. Caparoni, he talks about an article, Al-Sudani, Iraq is witnessing political security and social stability and an economic renaissance. Thank you, Caparoni. I agree. I'm not even going to read Fun Lose. I'm not going to read it. Okay, get on my live stream tonight. We'll talk. I'm up to date as far as what's coming out today. There was some stuff yesterday that's honestly, I think is misleading people. There's a lot of remember God's word to me that God said, don't worry about the banks. It's going to be messy. Take the money and run. And then he gave me those 3 steps to a safe exchange, which you can see if you read the comment down below and follow those directions. And guys, I'll see you live tonight at 6:25 p.m. It'll be fun. We're going to talk about how do you manifest your prayers. Everybody needs to know how to manifest because that's what's been missing in this piece. Amen. God bless. I will see you tonight and have a good evening. What are you having for dinner? Comment down below. It is Cinco de Mayo. Are you celebrating? Are you having tacos? What are you having? My husband and I are not sure. He bought some ground beef. So we can either go with the tacos in alignment with that or we can go with the burger. I haven't decided. What do you think? I'll talk to you later at 6:25. See you then. Bye.